My brother is marrying a minor, and her parents approve. My, 20, brother Ellis, 40, is the typical golden boy of the family. Not that he made any outstanding achievements. He is simply the firstborn of 5 children. The other 4 of us stayed away from him from a very young age. Mom always protected him, and Dad coddled him since he was the heir. As if we were some feudal royal family. It must also be mentioned here that our parents belong to a very fundamental sect. Our grandparents, whether maternal, Wilsons, or paternal, Millers, disapprove of our upbringing, so the rest of us 4 fled to them as soon as we were 14. In fact, our parents didn't care. They were content only to disown us but took no legal action. Me and my brother Julian, 23, grew up with our dad's parents, while Aaron, 30, and Isaac, 35, grew up with our mother's parents. Aaron and Isaac are now married, have good jobs, and live normal lives. Both sets of grandparents are very good friends, and the 4 of us practically grew up together. No estrangement here. Ellis stayed with our parents on the farm in the middle of nowhere. As far as we know, he doesn't even have a high school degree and can't even read what Grandma said. I'm going to college, and Julian is training to be a carpenter. Recently we all got an invitation to an engagement party. Ellis was probably about to get married. Nobody was quite sure how he managed to convince a woman to even get into a relationship with him, but I can't say that I was interested either. Since we had not seen our parents and Ellis for a long time, we agreed to come and decided to drive to the farm together. Our grannies baked cakes, and Grandpa Miller brought his infamous brisket. It was a kind of peace offering since he and Dad had parted with an argument. When we arrived at our parents' house, Mom and Dad greeted us in the yard. Ellis was there, too. He looked terrible. He'd put on a lot of weight, stank like hell, and seemed a little drunk. I was horrified. It got even worse when he introduced us to his fiancée. She was no taller than 5 feet 1, hadn't even hit puberty, and obviously seemed very frightened. Then there were her parents, who looked like they stepped out of The Hills Have Eyes. We all tried to be polite even when we agreed something was wrong. We found out later that evening that Ellis' fiancée was just 12, hadn't gone to public school, and lived with her parents in an old cabin in the woods, and our parents had met their parents at the sex church. Our grandparents and we brothers are all incredibly shocked and afraid for the girl. Ellis already treats her like a dog, and from what we know from our parents, she won't fare any better with them. Her parents seem like they just want to get rid of her. I never thought something like this could happen in real life. Of course, our grandparents couldn't take it for granted that Ellis was about to marry a child. Everyone knew it was illegal. The church wedding to take place in a few weeks was not legal, even if her parents signed the papers. Isaac, who has a friend who works in a law firm, asked what they could do. We ended up reporting everything to the police and CPS. However, this took many weeks. I never thought it would take the authorities so long to react. We weren't there, but later, Isaac said the police raided Mom and Dad's house. Everyone was arrested, and the girl, her name is Una, is now in a foster home. She has serious injuries, and Ellis has apparently already consummated the marriage with her. Una's parents were also arrested. In their hut, the police found 4 more children. All boys and girls no older than 11 and 1 infant. All children are with CPS and will probably never see their parents again. I hope this strange sect to which our parents belong will also be investigated. I can't imagine that this is an isolated case. We got a letter from Una thanking us for helping her. She didn't describe what happened to her, but we could piece it together from what little we knew. Our grandparents offered her to come and visit us if she wanted. Even if she doesn't want that, I hope that her life will be better now, also for her siblings.